Welcome everybody to another day, and we have Yana here with us today, and she's just going to read the scripture passage, and then we're going to dive right in. So go ahead, Yana.
Yeah, I'm going to read from John 12, verse 20 to 37. Some Greeks who had come to Jerusalem for the Passover celebration paid a visit to Philip, who was from Bethsaida in Galilee. They said, "Sir, we want to meet Jesus." Philip told Andrew about it, and they went together to ask Jesus. Jesus replied, "Now the time has come for the Son of Man to enter into his glory. I tell you the truth, unless a kernel of wheat is planted in the soil and dies, it remains alone. But its death will produce many new kernels, a plentiful harvest of new lives. Those who love their life in this world will lose it. Those who care nothing for their life in this world will keep it for eternity. Anyone who wants to serve me must follow me, because my servants must be where I am, and the Father will honor anyone who serves me. Now my soul is deeply troubled. Should I pray, 'Father, save me from this hour'? But this is the very reason I came. 'Father, bring glory to your name.' Then a voice spoke from heaven, saying, 'I have already brought glory to my name, and I will do so again.' When the crowd heard the voice, some thought it was thunder, while others declared an angel had spoken to him. Then Jesus told them, 'The voice was for your benefit, not mine. The time for judging this world has come, when Satan, the ruler of this world, will be cast out, and when I am lifted up from the earth, I will draw everyone to myself.' He said this to indicate how he was going to die. The crowd responded, 'We understood from Scripture that the Messiah would live forever. How can you say the Son of Man will die? Just who is the Son of Man anyway?' Jesus replied, 'My light will shine for you just a little longer. Walk in the light while you can, so the darkness will not overtake you. Those who walk in the darkness cannot see where they are going. Put your trust in the light while there is still time. Then you will become children of the light.' After saying these things, Jesus went away and was hidden from them. But despite all the miraculous signs Jesus had done, most of the people still did not believe in him."
Thank you, Yana. There's a lot going on in that passage, so we're going to just try to focus on a couple of the aspects, and we'll just start by asking, what character did you choose that resonated with you out of all the characters?
I chose the disciples.
Yeah, okay. So we'll just start by asking, what posture do you think the disciples had in this particular story, narrative of towards Jesus?
I think they always had a posture of looking up to him and learning, because they wanted to be like him. They wanted to learn more from him.
So when these Gentiles, these Greeks came and said, "Hey, we want to talk to Jesus," they were able to bring them close to Jesus.
Yeah, they also helped bring people to Jesus as well.
Yeah. Do you think there was anything that they were not quite understanding about Jesus? Any lies that they were still believing about Jesus within this passage?
I don't think there was any direct lies, but I do think that a lot of the times when Jesus spoke to them and he spoke in parables, like, they didn't fully understand what he even meant, but they still believed in him and trusted that he was the way.
Right, so maybe when he was talking about the Son of Man and about the light, they maybe understood a bit of it, but not its entirety.
Yeah.
Okay. What truths do you think they believed about Jesus?
That he was the light and the Son of God, and that anybody who believed in him would go to be with the Father.
Okay, so they were believing what he was saying, even if they didn't understand it fully.
Yeah.
Do you think that the disciples had any wilderness within this chapter?
Maybe their wilderness would have been just the unbelief. Wait, we just finished talking about that they believed. Why are we saying unbelief?
Yeah. So would you say their wilderness maybe could be the fact that they didn't understand completely, so that some of it had to be by faith?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. What new way of living do you think Jesus is offering the disciples that's different than what they're used to? A
life of freedom and living in the light, not being in the darkness, and
Yeah, so a totally different way of living where they're close to him and he's walking with him and showing the light and showing the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. Let's turn our attention now to Jesus and just talk a little bit about where he was within this passage. So what do you think Jesus' wilderness was in this passage?
I think that Jesus was really sad that the people didn't believe in him, and the passage he's like foreshadowing his death, and he even was like asking the Father to take that away from him. But he also knew that that was the purpose that God sent him for.
Right, yeah.
And so,
So there's maybe two things. It's the fact that people are not believing in him and what he's about to do, and the fact that he has to do it. That's a lot. What posture do you think Jesus had towards his disciples when he brought? I mean, he doesn't say explicitly, but in general, what posture do you think he had?
I think that he was open and willing to work with them.
Yeah. What truths do you think Jesus believed about himself that helped him to keep going?
He believed that he was the light and that those who believe in him will be his sons. And he always said that those who believe in him also believe in the one who sent him.
So what new way of living was Jesus offering to the disciples?
A life of freedom from sins and living in the light and not in the darkness.
With intimacy between him and the Father.
Yes.
So just on a more personal note, Jana, why did you choose the disciples, and how does their experience speak to your own experience?
For me personally, I chose the disciples because they wanted to know more of Jesus and wanted to keep learning from him. And that's kind of where I'm at. Even though a lot of times I don't understand why certain things happen for a certain reason, or when God speaks and I'm not sure what he's meaning, I still have faith and trust that his way is the better way, and I want his will for my life.
Yeah.
So,
that makes sense, and that's a beautiful posture to have, Jana. Jana. Well, thanks everybody for listening again, and I hope that this is helpful to you, and we encourage you to take a moment and see which character you identify within this passage, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, guys.
Bye.